Well, you thought we'd never make it, eh? Just checking the sound. Looks like it's working at the moment. Are you there? Hopefully you can join me with me being here. Let's have a look and see if we press that magic button there. One of those there, a bit of that there. Goodness me, what's been going on, eh? Right. Well, we're certainly back 23 hours later, just about. And thanks for joining me, whether you're on Periscope, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on any other platforms, including Twitch, Mixer, and where else are we these days? There's one I've missed out, but I'm sure you'll remind me. Hi indeed. Hello, Mary from London. Hello there, JJ Crawl. Carola, hello indeed. Hopefully things are going to hold up for us this evening in terms of the technology. Thanks for joining me wherever you are. And I think you can just about make out that things are pretty much just about in control. Here I am, and things are working. Yeah, that's me, by the way, right there, Martin Shine, and welcome if you're new. If you're watching the replay as well, the best thing to do is follow or subscribe, depending on which platform you are watching on. Wherever you are, indeed, do make sure that we're connected, and then you'll receive notifications when we go live, and you can join in the chat, which is on the screen there, which we're sort of getting the hang of this gradually, trying to sort the technology out bit by bit, day by day. I think Mary's very happy now with all this. She didn't really comment too much about it the other day, Mary, when we introduced it. I say the other day, it was 24 hours ago. That's handy, says, well, what's that? The fact that the chat's on the screen there? Yeah, it's handy when it works, and trust me, it's going to plenty of times not work before it works permanently, or as well, 99.9%. You know, a cup of tea's here as ever, everybody. That's it. Yeah. Oh, it's smelling good. Smell that caffeine there. Good cup of tea. And what else is happening? Tech boring me. Is it really? Okay, well, it doesn't have to be too tech. If you just focus on this part of the screen over here, Mary, sort of, yeah, where are we? Is it yeah, I guess it's this side here. Yeah, where I am. That's it. Don't worry about the other side and the chat and all that sort of stuff. But if you are into having a chat with us, everyone, then do indeed let us know that you're there for sure, because otherwise if you don't chat, I don't necessarily know you're there. That said, if you're watching on Mixer and Twitch at the moment, I'm not sure that your chat is actually getting through to us. You could try, please do send us a message while we're live, and that will be good. Yeah, thank you for the continued hearts, by the way, on Periscope, whoever's there. Thank you for joining me. And Brenda's on Periscope. Oh yeah, what happened to the other platforms? Brenda says hi, by the way, to Mary and to JJ Crawl, and also to Patty as well. How's about that, Brenda? Nothing like using my crystal balls before you say anything. How did I know that? She didn't really say hello, but before she does, just trying to cheat and pretend that the technology's become even faster than I told you it has done recently, after trying to make some well, I was going to say improvements, but certainly some changes here. The idea, of course, is that they do improve matters as they go forward, all this stuff. Right, Patty says, is your tea or is your tea coffee? No, it's definitely tea. What? Otherwise I would have said coffee, Patty, really. And if it's hot chocolate, you know when it's hot chocolate, I say hot chocolate. Very, very, very rarely in the next few weeks, months, and even years will you see me with a coffee. If I'm on my own, because when I'm making a drink, it will usually be tea or hot chocolate. I don't tend to go for coffee. Strange, that one. I think it's for years I never touched the stuff, and I'll have a nice cup of coffee these days. I do enjoy good coffee, but not generally speaking. If I'm out and about, yes, I'll have a coffee, but otherwise. It's, as I say, tea. And there was quite a few months, about a year ago, I wasn't drinking any of that caffeine stuff. And then I went back to tea and I was like, hey, this is what I've been missing, the caffeine hit, you know. But I could easily stop that. It's amazing that how many people can't do that. Really gets to me when I'm particularly in the United States of America, and everybody's like, oh my God, it's morning. And one thing I got to do, I got to have my coffee fix. No, what's that all about? You know, surely we've got to try and learn to survive without that essential cup of coffee, particularly when you go to the local, oh, that's the worst thing when I'm in Los Angeles, particularly over there, you know, it's just like a routine, and it's a given that in the morning you leave home pretty much on an empty stomach, and the first place you head to is one of the very well-known coffee stores and have your daily coffee fix. And it's 7 days a week at that as well, not just Monday to Friday or whatever 5 days that the average person works. No. Anyway, let's get back to your chat. By the way, is the chat nice and clear for you today, everyone? What's on the food menu? Come to that in a moment, Mary. Hi, Brenda, says Mary. Iced coffee is my favourite. Yeah, I do like an iced coffee, but not in the winter where we're heading towards fast now in the Northern Hemisphere. But yes, I definitely like it. In fact, when I was in Chicago back at the end of last year, my friend there loved a good iced coffee, and I was pretty much onto those rather fast, particularly with the weather there, the humidity and everything. And yeah, it has to be said that at least, well, if not every other day while I was there, sort of ongoing for what, well, certainly in the middle of my stay there, sort of 5 days either side of that middle point, I was definitely on a coffee fix. Anyhow, right, oh my goodness, I just realised something here, and I'm realising, let's press that, let's see, you what, what's, oh, I see, that's me typing there. How silly of me. Right, press, oh, right, bear with me everyone, chat's logged out. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Yeah, the trouble is, I have to repeat some of these broadcasts to remind myself what actually happened during the broadcast and why there was a problem. So here, the device that I'm using to monitor the chat, the crazy thing is it switches itself off as though it's idle and nothing's being used on it. That's the problem with this chat app, actually. So if you don't put your finger on the screen, the device says, oh, he's not using me. He's not using the device, and it shuts down. And then I have to open it up again. Whereas if it's another app on there, it would stay open until I close it. And oh, yeah, and that's right there. Strawberry frozen lemonade for me. D's. What's this? D's is nice. Hey, what? I got your strawberry frozen lemonade from Mickey D's. Ah, goodness me. And what's on the menu, said Mary earlier on. I see, now I'm having to look over here to the video chat. So I've got a bit of a backup going there myself, which is good. In fact, it's over here as well. That's handy. But yes, Mary, I had, what did I have? Oh, I had soup. It was a rather a full soup. It wasn't just like soup that had been strained, you understand. There were loads of bits. It was a vegetable soup that I had this evening, and plenty of French stick to stuff in it. And that was rather delicious. And one thing I didn't have was dessert. And there you are. Before you ask, where's all the snacks and the chocolate and the stuff? It's very late for this. I shouldn't be, but I'm going to. Lovely. It's been sitting there for a while. And I have to say, I was very tempted earlier on just to shove the spoon in then and eat it. Didn't have the time. Forgot about it, actually. Well, my mind wasn't fully on that any longer, and it is now, because I'm sitting here speaking with you, and you're reminding me of drink, food, and what we do here generally, which is talk about all various things like that. Light worker Ela, hello to you. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to follow there. B1TCH. What's that all about? Goes to see Brenda. I think that's Bob in Niagara. Hello to you. Thanks for joining. It's interesting. We still have those trolls going on certain platforms, don't we? And typical and predictably, Periscope is #1 when it comes to comments where people just want to spout their mouth and have nothing positive to say in order to have that response, which they're now getting, which is already too much. So we'll stop there and say thanks for joining us. And yes, go crawl back to wherever you want to head back to, I guess. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I meant there's a cliff over there somewhere, and a nice heavy and long fall down to the beach, and well, you might want to investigate. Right, what's going on here? I'm not sure. I'm almost worried that it's working, everything here at the moment. Iced coffee is my favourite, said someone, Patty, I think that was, on Is that you, Patty? On yes, it must have been. Yes, on YouTube. Just the penultimate comment there on YouTube. So everybody, how have you been going since we were last here? Have you had a productive and energetic start to your week? I certainly have. In fact, since we were last here, just when I thought things couldn't get even better regarding some technology that I've been researching and stuff like that, I've found a solution that I've been looking for a long time regarding all this streaming stuff, and I'll explain a bit in just a moment. Mr. S, please move the cursor from the middle of your forehead. Thank you very much. Do you know what? That's exactly one of the things I'm trying to keep on top of. Because effectively what it is, when we're broadcasting using this technology, it's dual screen, and therefore, yeah, as you've thank you very, very much indeed, Mr. Roberts there. For everybody else, I'm just explaining dual screen, but I'm really only watching the screen that controls everything, not the one that has all the display that you're supposed to see. And at this moment in time, it's very easy. I wish there was a control that allowed you to only use your mouse on one of the screens when you go dual screen. That would be a good little thing. There must be a software out there that allows you to do that. Anyway, welcome to the broadcast, Mr. On Call Media on Facebook. Would you like to say hello to everyone else? They'll see a comment on all the platforms, because as you can see there, well, you can see, yes, all the comments now are doing pretty well in the video. Yeah, so even the great thing about that is, if you were to share this video out somehow, even copy it, you know, don't ask me why, but whatever, wherever this video goes now, the chat goes with it. It makes sense to anyone watching. Yeah, and that is pretty cool. It's a bit of a techie kind of, well, it's not too easy to do, let's put it like that. And so it needs a bit more work on to try and make it a bit more, well, easy to use, shall we say. But it's working at the moment, and that's good. Monday drains my energy. I am ready for a nap. Oh, have you had a few spirits and ghosts that have been onto you there, Patty? Maybe that's what's been doing that. Patty's into the sixth sense and all that stuff, by the way, people. Well, I just popped on to say hi. I'm off to sleep, says Mary. Are you, Mary? It's all right for some, while the rest of us have got to work here. That's good, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for joining us, Mary. Have a very good earlier night at 26 minutes past the hour for us all, as we're live. And right now it's 26 minutes past 11 p.m. here in England. So we'll speak with you soon there. And I'm sure... Oh, hello all, says Brenda. She's joined us now on Facebook. Oh, I think Brenda's just checking out all the technology, making sure it's working across Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Anything else, Brenda? Hello everyone, love that system. Oh, what, the chat? It's good, isn't it? I think that's what you're referring to there, Adam. If I'm looking out for a yes or a no from you, Adam, and I'll remember that it's referencing the chat. But let us know. Glad Facebook is up and going. Yeah, me too. Excuse me. Absolutely. But we had the chat on the previous broadcast, as you know, on video. And in vision, as it's technically known. But the problem was the background to it. It was far more transparent, so not as easy to see. It's still pretty much impossible for me to see on the small screen in front of me there, but that's why I have these devices here that are, well, partly why I have them here anyway. You need a much bigger screen to monitor chat going forward, but that'll all be sorted out. Looking around for others for you. Right, oh, I see, and sort of funneling them through, eh? Excellent. Don't forget, please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on the replay or you've found us live here, and say hello. Certainly, obviously, if you're watching live, and I say that because you can actually add to the chat on some of the replays that are on different various platforms. Mixer again and Twitch. Sorry, but I don't think I'm seeing your chat at the moment. So if you really want to join in this chat while we're live and you are watching on one of those two platforms, head over to I'd say to YouTube or to Facebook. Facebook.com/Martin Shine Live. Or you can find us on YouTube at the moment under Martin Shine.com. Yes, I have to change that at some point, definitely. But there you are. Again, that's how you spell my name. And if you want trying to find us on YouTube, it's the channel spelled like that, but C-O-M after my name. Why? Because it's the best I could do when trying to sort out the channel name before they stopped you naming the channels. You see, that's well, not easily anyway can you do that now, name channels. So that's a bit of a nightmare, working on renaming and branding and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, there you go. But it's easier to find us on Facebook, I think, at the moment, facebook.com/Martin Shine Live. And if you go to the website, at the moment you just get the there's nothing on there apart from the video and chat from mixer.com, but that's all going to change soon. Slowly we do things. Just getting back to me mentioning earlier on about the technology and what I've discovered in the last 36 hours. It's huge. Adam will agree with us as well. Adam and I have been very quickly trying to work out how this technology works, and we've pretty much done that through my research and spending a lot of time online. You know, often when I'm just looking at things online and reading and listening to things and watching them, I do feel like my time isn't being spent as well as it could be and as productively as it could be. But do you know something? I have, even since I saw Adam today, but since I've seen him, I'm talking about him like he's not here. Because you're not, are you, Adam? No, you're not here, you're there. Anyway, but since we last spoke, I have just discovered something even better. But the problem we have when we're mobile and broadcasting is that if you're broadcasting from a mobile digital device, you only have one SIM card and one internet connection on your 4G. And of course, if you go into an area where that is suddenly like a black hole, then there's no signal and your broadcast ends inadvertently. And you know, you then got to start all over again. It's a nightmare. So there are devices out there that have 2 or more SIM cards, and so if one fails, it's unlikely that the other one fails 100% at that moment in time. So it'll either, some devices switch between the 2 SIMs, not interested in those, more interested in the ones that allow you to use both SIMs simultaneously at the same time. 2, 3, 4, some of the professional devices up to 6 or 8 SIM cards. Yes, it is expensive, but if you're working in business to do with live streaming and video production in a live environment, then you need this stuff. But it is expensive. To give you an example, the piece of kit that you would use to broadcast, that a lot of people broadcast, particularly the network TV channels now for their news, that piece of kit, it takes 6 to 8 SIM cards, and it costs around about, I'm just trying to work it out in US dollars, probably about 15,000 US dollars. Okay, 11,000 UK pounds sterling, and I haven't got that sort of money in my back pocket at the moment, and a lot of people haven't. But I've literally about 36 hours ago, I was discovering a new technology that allows this to be achieved for, instead of thousands of dollars, it's just hundreds, which it's incredible, really. Because you've then got to obviously subscribe to your SIM cards monthly. So if you have at least, you've got to have a minimum of 2, otherwise there's no point in using this technology. You might as well just use your one mobile digital device. So if you're paying for 2 SIM cards with loads of data or unlimited data, you're easily looking at over, about pretty close to $100 a month just for your data service. Okay, then this technology, as I said, which costs thousands of dollars usually, we can make it work with some software for around about, I think we said scary it was, so the software is about $50 a year, but then you need some other hardware and bits and pieces, but it works out for between $400 and $500 you can do this for the first year. And that's instead of thousands. I'm going to look at your comments in just a moment, people, because obviously they are more than important to us, and they keep our community going. Of course, it's a two-way thing. Otherwise, you'd be watching regular TV or radio, traditional stuff. But I'll have a look at it in just a moment. But anyhow, I've since though discovered something else which is rather exciting, and I'll be bringing that to you over the weeks and months. Just a little bit of kit that I'm going to be building, and it's so simple. that, and it allows us to have about, well, more than 2, 3, 4. In fact, we can have unlimited SIM cards using this piece of kit. And again, it's pennies in comparison to all this stuff. So watch this space. Let's have a look at your comments then. I think I prefer Facebook to YouTube, says Brenda. Okay, good for you. You go wherever you like. That's I'm telling you, Facebook's certainly going to be the way forward for us when we're talking to people on a business level, yeah, and getting their message out there, what they're sort of skilled at, what their business is about, what their service is about, what they're about as well, yeah. I'll be having lots of conversations with various people in the future, obviously not in the past. Hey Brenda, said Adam earlier on, and oh yeah, right, okay. At least I can give hearts. Yes, you can on Facebook. That's a very good point. Absolutely massive, amazing stuff coming soon. We assure you, says Adam. Yes, yes. You've done a great job getting this all up and going. Thank you very much, Brenda. Did you know your NME? Did you know your NME? Name has 11 letters in it, Patty. My name does have 11 letters in it. Yes. Again, if you'd all you're all a big gasp from everyone there. What's that all about? 11? Are you serious? They say 11 letters. Count them there. Okay. There you go. That's of course my first name and my family name. Yes, I'm well aware of that, Patty. And if you add up all the digits on my landline number, the one I use and I call my home number, it's scary because it adds up to the number 11 as well, along with my mobile phone number. It's oh, actually I think that one adds up to 22 possibly, but either way Patty, the master numbers in numerology, which is what Patty's speaking about, and they're topics we haven't even touched anywhere close on over recent weeks and months, and we've got to do that. But if you're not into numerology, it's not the sort of thing I don't think you can't not be into it, because you can't be sure that it's nonsense. So if you can't be sure and yet don't have proof that something's nonsense, you can't be totally switched off to being aware about it, if that makes sense to you. All right, so you know, do bear that in mind, people. Right, what was that one? Wow, that's cool, says Patty. Oh right, yeah, absolutely. I'm good, thanks, Brenda, says Adam. Yeah, he's still good. I can't believe he's still. Well, I can believe he's awake. I can't believe he's awake and able to type. Shall we say, Adam? What's going on? It's Monday. You've been working this evening here in London, in England, and it sounds like you've been hard at it work-wise, and you've had a reasonable, well, evening. And it sounds like that you finished your work, otherwise you wouldn't be able to chat as you are now, unless you're just sitting there. And I think, no, I'm forgetting really how late it is. Adam's finished work. I'm good, thanks, Brenda. There, right, we got that. Uncanny, says Brenda. I think that's regarding the letters in the cell phone, mobile phone numbers, landline numbers, and in my name. Yes, it's uncanny is certainly a word to use there. How are we doing there on Periscope? Who's watching there? Oh yes, we got Barb in Niagara. Hello, Barb in Niagara. Now, Barb in Niagara, who's watching, is apparently, from what I could understand, if Barb's in Niagara, you see Niagara Falls. You're not necessarily from the United States of America if you're in that region, because you could be north of the border. And you could be in Canada. So I wonder if Barb is in Canada. And of course, that's the French speaking area in Canada. In that particular, in the eastern provinces, yes, you need to know a bit about French, I do believe. Right, where are we here? Press this magic button here. Press a button. How come I am the only one watching on Periscope? You are now, as you said that. Yeah. Psychicness. Well, a lot of people. Hello, Barb. Welcome to this show, and thank you for being there. Don't forget to follow on Periscope. 3 dots at the bottom of your screen in the corner somewhere. If you press them, there's an option to follow. Just in case you weren't aware. Not sure how new you are to this. Something tells me you might be familiar with what goes on Periscope. But it seems that everyone has shifted. We only ever used to be on Periscope. It's where it all began. But as you can probably see from the chat, people have shifted over to Facebook and to YouTube. So you can be wherever you want to be there, Barb. But do invite your followers. That's probably why you haven't, had many people here just yet, because you haven't shared this out. So please do. That's very much appreciated. The arrow at the bottom of the screen there on Periscope, press the up arrow, share this out with your connections and everybody that you know, and let them enjoy the moment as well, and our community, which is ever growing. You could also follow us on the other platforms. You can head over to the other platforms if you so wish to do so, and that'll all be good. Unfortunately though, Barb, as I suspected, the chat on the screen is failing to not only include Mixer.com and Twitch.tv chat, but apparently Periscope chat isn't working on there either. It's another thing that we need to look into. It's not good, but that is out of my hands when it comes to this particular technology we're using. I have had plenty of other people mentioning how it's not working, but you're safe certainly on Facebook and on YouTube. It just so happens that I'm also... Can you see my flag? Yes, I can. It is... Oh, it has a maple leaf in the middle of it. So I think everyone is now very, 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 very aware of where Barb in Niagara resides. It's north of the border. So fancy that. Makes a change. Not too far away from you, on the southern tip of the Great Lakes, is Brenda in the Buckeye State of Ohio, I think, unless she's still in Michigan. Did I say that correctly there? To your fancy, Brenda. Hi, says Patty. She's on Facebook. Hi, Patty. Everyone's going to Facebook now. That'll be facebook.com/Martin Shine Live. Follow us there. I prefer FB2, says Patty. I think Now, have you heard from Elliot Martin? I'm glad there's a comma there, otherwise I'd be asking you who Elliot Martin is. I have heard from Elliot recently. He's doing okay, I believe. And I'm I'm disappointed, but he's obviously busy like everyone. I'm disappointed that he hasn't joined us in this broadcast or recently. But there you are. She knows me, says Brenda. Who knows you, Brenda? Is that Barb? Is that who you're talking about there, possibly? Who's on the other platform still? Jim2928, hello, welcome to Periscope. Unfortunately, I'll repeat, the Periscope chat isn't with all the rest of the chat here at the moment. I guess that's over there. I should be, oh dear, get used to that, Martin, please do. But yes, all that chat, we'll gradually work it out, and this isn't one that Adam can fix, by the way. Adam's very into IT and anything you need to know about computers, but sadly when it comes to problems in the cloud and up at the internet end of things with all this stuff, no, well, it's a third party anyway. Can't intervene at all. Hey everyone, I'm going to swiftly move on to our competition. Yeah, don't you forget that we do have our competition running. So this is what's happening with that. If you want to win, there's a question that appears not to be so simple that I would like answered, because no one seems to be sending me the right answer. Everything but at the moment. You can win one of these. Where is it? That's that one there. Let's have a look at one of these. One of those. Yes, it's an icicle popsicle thingamycall upside down there. It's an headphone splitter, earphone splitter. Yeah. So if you haven't seen those before, you have now. And well, not these particular ones. There you go. One popsicle, ice lolly, ice pop. And if we do that, take off the stick there. You have your plug there, your 3.5mm jack plug socket thing, plug, and you stick that into your digital device, and on the other side there you can see there are two holes to stick two sets of headphones. So if you're on the bus or you're just sitting out there maybe around the pool and there's two of you and you want to listen to the same digital device and the music, well, you got that. Oh, you might want to stick one into your headphones and the other one you might want to put into a recording device for some reason if you're listening to something, I don't know. So you can win that. Also you can win another one that's similar. This one, as you can see, has got a pot on it that you take off for the plug, and the sockets there, just you can see at the end of there, two holes there in your cactus. So you can win that as well. That's part of the package now. There are three things so far, and of course if you want to win the Apple iSponge, a lot of people aren't familiar with this, but there you are. There's an Apple sponge. Yeah, nothing to do with Apple INC, by the way, before anyone starts asking me. If you want to win those, you're going to have to answer a question. and I'll ask the question in just a moment, and the answer's got to be submitted on Twitter by direct message, but you must be following me on Twitter if you want to win. So follow me on Twitter, then send me your answer. Question coming up in just a moment. Right, the question is, if you tell someone something, but you don't want them to tell anyone else what you've just told them, you've told them in confidence and it's a bit of a secret, okay, what would you expect their name to be, ideally? I'll repeat the question in just a moment. As an example, if you saw a man, this is a similar question to give you an example of what level we're on here and where the logic is laying on this one. But if you see a man and he's on his knee, on one knee on the floor, okay, what would you expect his name to be? And it would be, well, ideally Neil, because he's on one knee on the floor, right? In the same way, again, one more time, the question is, if you tell someone something and you don't want them to tell anyone else and you want them to keep it confidential, what do you expect their name to be, ideally? And I tell you, it's a female name that we're looking for. It is a she. Although I don't know how long we're going to be able to have questions regarding she's and he's in any context, because apparently singer Sam Smith in the past week has decided to tell the media that, I nearly slipped up then, they no longer want to be known as he or she. Sam Smith is now a they or a them, as far as I'm aware, when you're reporting on him, which is absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, listen, hey, it's a free world, I'd like to think, and people should absolutely be allowed to have their views and say on matters and have their choice. But when it comes to not being a man or a woman, it just starts confusing a lot of things, particularly when you did pop into this world in a certain way. I know all this gender stuff at the moment is really just, it's a big one. It's a big hot potato at the moment. There are certain discussions that definitely need to be had, but really, as I say, Sam Smith has decided, he isn't a man and he isn't a woman. He said because sometimes he feels like a man, sometimes he feels like a woman. Well, what can I say? He's apparently going to have his cake and eat it. But as I say, it just throws everything out of kilter, because our language and words are really sort of reference points, aren't they, really? Why do you call a table a table? Well, it's so that when I tell you that my coffee's on the table, it's a reference that I know you know what I mean. I mean, I could tell you that my coffee's on the thing over there, but then there's a number of things that could be referred to as things. I might mean the window ledge, I might mean the table, I might mean the arm of the sofa. So where do you go with all this? It's another chat that we could certainly have at length in the future. I am now going to have a look at your chat. Michigan, says Brenda. I keep thinking, but nothing is coming to mind, says Patty. You need some crystal balls in your life there, Patty, don't you? I thought you had that already, but apparently not. That isn't at your disposal, the crystal. I am familiar with that apple sponge. Oh, good for you, sponge, says Brenda. It's driving me crazy, says Brenda, the competition. Yes, geesh, LOL. What? Sounds like a Shania song. What? It don't impress you much? Which song are we referring to specifically, Brenda? You've lost me there, but I was babbling for quite a bit there before taking another rest for a moment. Only for a moment. Thank you for the continued hearts on Periscope. Let's have a look what's going on there. It says, I know Brenda. Hello, Misty Chanel. Hello to you. Sorry it's taken a while, Misty, but a few techie issues are causing a few delays on some of the responses to the chat. There are 52 pronouns describing gender neutrality, says Barb in Niagara. I feel like a woman. Shania Twain. Thank you very much. Thank you for verifying that one there, Barb. And yes, Brenda's got that one there on Facebook. Are you two on two digital devices at the moment? So are you in the same room possibly? Is that what it is? I'm very confused. Barb from Niagara. Are you actually in Niagara at the moment? It's all so confusing, I know. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Hey everyone, we're fast approaching, dare I say, yes, 11 minutes to the hour. We're here for another 22 minutes. That always freaks me out as well, that one, because we know the number 11 and 22 master numbers. And Patty, I'll mention yourself again on that one, because I know you're into all this sort of stuff. Not that anyone else isn't, but you mentioned it earlier on, the master number topic. And isn't it mad? At 11 minutes to the hour, it's 22 minutes until 11 minutes past the next hour. Does that work with other numbers? I mean, for example, you know, if your number was 5 and you were going on about the number 5, and I said to you, oh, look, it's 5 minutes to the hour, yeah, and therefore, you know, you'd probably be finishing at 5 past the hour, that would be 10. Yeah. Now, does that work? 5 and 10 and I don't think it does really. Let's pick an 8 for example. So if it was 8 minutes to the hour, that would 8 minutes, but that would be 16, and you know 1 and 6, 7. So and it doesn't quite match the 8. So it's kind of really weird. It's just too much for me to take in. I think I need to take a little break, a little vacation holiday at some point, and then start, you know, just sort of doing the yoga-y meditation sort of stuff, and just bringing the energy down and thinking about this a bit deeper and a bit more length, because there's so much more to it than I've had time to really collate and acknowledge at the moment, quite frankly. Very, very strange. Adam, are you still? I think he's gone to sleep. I noticed Claire Guppy's not here. I think she fell asleep at about 11 minutes to our broadcast time before we started, probably. She had a busy day. Saw her today, actually. So hello, Claire, when you watch the replay. Oh, by the way, people, you know, I'm going to try and do something here now. Again, hopefully I've just been reminded of something. 2 things, actually. There we are. Beautiful. One of those, and one of those. Is it going to work? It is. Fantabulous. You know what? First of all, I nearly forgot, everyone. Just about Brenda says, yeah, here we go. Earlier on, I stepped outside. I wanted to share this with you. I have forgotten to set this up properly, but hey, you know what? We can still, let's have a look here. One of those, that there. Oh, I just double checking this. I think this is going to work first time. Certainly the first bit is, which is, I'm just going to remind you, everyone, that Today I popped outside just as the sun was setting. It was rather decent. Check this out. Look at that. Ain't it good? You like that? Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. It was a really decent sunset. And yeah, thought I'd just share that with you guys and girls. It was a really red. It went sort of purpley and then more red this evening. And yeah, anyone would think it was like the middle of July. End of July still, really, but that's what it's like here in England on the 16th of September 2019, yeah, and we're heading fast towards winter as we're in this fall autumn time. Oh, how lovely, says Brenda. Yes, no, I was referring, yes, I don't need, thank you very much, I appreciate the comments, but I was referring to the sunset. Anyway, I bet you rest well. Oh, I see. I got that one now, Brenda. Yes, I think you're referring to Adam's comments there. Grilled cheese for dinner. Oh, yummy, says Patty. Do you know, that's really funny because I mentioned Claire's name just now. And when we saw Claire today, I did see her, and she mentioned that she wanted to murder a grilled cheese sandwich. That was it. So that's really mad that you should mention that. But it's very strange. There's a lot of people over the last few days who've mentioned certain things in this community, in our chat during the broadcasts. And someone else who's specifically associated with our community or very close to me at the moment, has also mentioned it to me, but not so long ago. Very, very strange energy at the moment in a very, very positive way. Just want to share this with you as well. Hopefully the audio is going to play. Forgive me if it doesn't, but you know, let's have faith and see what happens when I press the magic button. I meant to show you this was the end of last week, and let's see. Well, we're at Encore Media here. I don't know where the boss is, but hey, Claire, this is Claire, everyone. Hi, Claire. Hi. Yeah, this is the Claire Guppy who's been joining us on our broadcasts recently. And as I said, I'd say to everyone, you know, hello, Claire, while we're here. It's been a busy day so far.
It's been really busy, yeah.
Yeah? Ben, it's been busy here, yeah? It's great. It's great. It's really good. I mean, you're here, Claire's here, I'm here. That's Martin Shine. But where is the main man, Mr. Roberts? Claire?
He's on site, yeah.
He's on site?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's on site.
Does he know what he's doing?
No, probably not.
That wasn't possibly the answer we were looking for. Let's get back to our main broadcast. Bye. Wow, there we go. You just caught me there monitoring, making sure the audio was working. I can't believe that worked first time. And yeah, with everything going on here, didn't he do well? There you go, everyone. That is Claire, who's joined us a few times here over recent days and the week. Misty Chanel, hello to you. What are you shouting for? I don't know. They're on Facebook. You don't need to type with capitals, Misty Chanel, really. And with Claire was Ben. He's another. Well, actually, he's doing a bit of business with Adam at the moment. He's a good friend, but also, as I say, they work together. Well, to do with, should we say, the interwibble, yeah, and websites, things like that. Actually, Ben, he's part of the small team that run a local printing company. And as it happens, we might be speaking with them in the not too distant future to find out a bit about them. So watch this space. That's all I can say. Good night, Adam. Rest well, said Patty earlier on. Indeed, Adam. Again, do that, and hopefully you'll be nice and early for work on Tuesday. Plenty of things to run at your business, haven't you? Right, Misty Hill. What? That's nice, says Brenda. What? You've lost me there, Brenda. Because I tell you something, it's so late here that I'm reading that as Misty Hill, not Misty High! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! All right, must expand that chat and enlarge the fonts at some time very soon. I tell you that. Right, who's on Periscope at the moment? What does seeing 1111 mean to you, sir? Thank you very much for the question. Apologies for not responding any sooner, Jacob Armand. 1111. Well, it's kind of very balanced, actually. Number one, that's something I wouldn't say at the top of the list, but it just happened to spring to mind first for some reason, seeing the way you typed it, I guess. But 11 is a master number when it comes to numerology, and it certainly means, to the best of my knowledge, and being told from those that certainly have been learning me, teaching me, 11 is a number that can mean creativity, but also leadership as well. Certainly 22, and yeah, so it's a fascinating sort of thing, is numerology, and I'll go into it a bit more at some point. Must speak to some people that know more about it than I at some point and have a good old discussion. I don't want to sound like I know everything about the topic, but yeah, 11 is the day of the month that I was born on. And again, if you add everything up, my life path number, I think it's called, if you add all the digits up of your birth date, well, my one comes to 22, I believe, and all that stuff. It's yeah, it's mad. Wherever I look, it's 22, 11, and often now these days when I look at the time, yeah, I say to myself, got to check the time, or what is the time? I look at the clock, and kid you not, for the last, well, for many weeks, for a good number of months now, and the people around me will tell you, I look at the clock and it's 11 minutes past the hour. Absolutely mad. And then more recently, when I go, actually, I just realised as well, it's only a small thing. I don't know whether it's here. Probably not. Let's just have a look. There's something else I was going to share with you again. By the way, that video that I showed you of Claire, everyone, that was, I think, on Friday at the end of last week. Okay, so what, 4 days ago at least. And I meant to show it to you then, and I didn't. And that's why I just popped it in just there. Yes, it is here. Look, I bought myself a TV dinner, as you call it, recently. Okay, and I meant to show you this picture as well, and this was something I think I had over the weekend. And again, guys and girls, this is it. I mean, come on, 8, maybe 10. No, seriously, I wanted to nuke this, and what happened? That's what happened. Number 11. Okay, microwave for 11 minutes. Yes. just mad. Could have said 12, could have said 10, no, 11. So these are the sort of things that I'm having to accommodate at the moment, and think to, no big deal, you understand, but come on, how many frigging times, yeah? And that's not a complaint. We love the number 11 here, which is why these broadcasts usually start at 11 minutes past the hour. This particular broadcast at the moment has been regular for quite a lot of days now. It's always been, we had a little break, you understand, for those that aren't regularly watching us up until now. For 3 months we had a break during the summer here, but otherwise these regular broadcasts are 11 minutes past 11 p.m. UK time. Yeah, they have been, I've tried to make sure that they happen every day at that time, but moving forward it's not going to happen all the time, because things are just going to get so busy here, certainly with work going forward, and other matters as well keeping me busy. So yeah, but we're definitely going to be here once a week at 11:11. In one way or the other, but I don't think once a week is good enough. So I'm saying it's going to have to be at least 2 times a week, twice a week. But I have no intentions at any time soon of reducing the 7 regular shows that we currently have down to anything near to 1, 2, or even 3 at the moment. Okay, so rest assured that's all good at the moment. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. Everything is well in Hull. Oh yes, Hull in the northeast of England, where Misty Chanel is. Now you have been keeping it up well, says Brenda. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. You have been keeping it up well. Okay, Brenda. We shall say hello to Sherry in Kentucky. Hello, Sherry in Kentucky. I've got to check that out, because your name doesn't fit on the screen there, but it is Kentucky. Oh, finger licking good. Is the Colonel's recipe something that you love, do you? Welcome everyone on Periscope. I know you're all floating there and out of there, and it's all happening there on Periscope on this particular broadcast, but I haven't been paying as much attention as I should be, could be, used to, because we're on all these other platforms now, everyone. YouTube and apparently Facebook people, our regular community, are definitely favouring Facebook. If you want to join them, you can head over to Facebook, and the page is Martin Shine Live. I better stick that out again here, because for one good reason, that is, again, newbies obviously aren't necessarily going to know that that's me. Thank you for joining. And if you stick the word live on the end of my name and head over to Facebook, you'll find the page that we're broadcasting on. It's been a very long broadcast, by the way, as regulars will know. I've been broadcasting for, well, since yesterday. Because as I speak and as we're live, it's 1 minute past midnight local time here in England. It's the 17th, Tuesday the 17th of September 2019. If you're watching from the United States of America or Canada, or for that matter Mexico, or even Puerto Rico, right now, I know it's yesterday. I'm talking to you from the future, and it's still for you Monday the 16th of September. Yeah, anything between 5 and 8 hours behind, maybe even more. There you go. But hey, I can tell you so far, Tuesday's okay. Yeah, I can tell you that. Unfortunately, what we can't do is use this technology when I'm ahead of you to predict your lotto numbers. We've tried that in the past. It just doesn't happen. We're still working on that, yeah? With me in the future and before you get the draw taking place there. Wouldn't that be convenient? I just reread that, says Brenda. Yes, indeed, absolutely. How are we doing there? Oh, yes, okay, you're right. Alessio992 on Periscope. Interesting. Right, everyone. Yeah. You got to start telling me some stuff now, or asking me some stuff now, because, well, I've been talking for quite a while, haven't I? And if I say so myself, and right now, I don't often do that, I tell you, it is no easy thing. I mean, remember, I've been saying recently that when the time has been appropriate, as it is now, because it's on my mind, to say that we don't have to broadcast here for an hour, as we often do and have been doing, or anything close to that. These broadcasts could be just 10 minutes, could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But, you know, with all the chat going and stuff, It goes on and on and on, and then I remember I've got stuff to tell you, and you remind me of things. Then we've got the competition. That doesn't take too long, I know. And all the regular other bits and pieces, such as please follow me, and don't forget to subscribe on the platform and follow whichever you're watching on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Periscope, Twitch, Mixer.com, and I'm still forgetting another one. YouTube, did I mention YouTube? I think I did. Periscope, maybe that was one I didn't. It's late here now, you understand. I'm off to bed very soon. I say it's late. Of course, it's just switched over to Tuesday morning now. As I said, it's just gone midnight as we broadcast live. Of course, I have to be mindful of that, as we all should be when we're broadcasting globally. People are going to be replaying this in the future, any day, any time in the 24-hour cycle. So although for me right now it's very much late night, early morning, for you in the United States of America, as we're live, it's very much well, night and evening time, depending on which time zone you're on between the east and west coasts, or Hawaii for that matter. But yeah, some people will be watching this having their breakfast in a week's time, maybe longer. Yeah, and of course, if you're watching live now in New Zealand or Australia, but also it's morning time there. It's about 10 a.m. across those time zones. Anyone on Periscope tonight? I invited before I came over to Facebook. There has been, yeah, Sherry in Kentucky. I don't know whether Sherry's still there or not. Let's just double check this. Oh, do you know what? Everyone's darting in and out. It's funny you should say that now, because everyone sort of seems to have disappeared from that crazy platform. At least one idiot has gone, and I'm very happy that they have. That will be UJHYGFFF is the handle. And there was some interesting comments there from very silly individual that we mentioned at the beginning, and did explain that we haven't got time for rising to that sort of obnoxious stuff. Any plans for tomorrow? Yes, live the 24 hours. Of course, it is already tomorrow, Brenda. So for me, it's today, which reminds me, talking of todays and tomorrows and how my day's gone, number one, we haven't had a David at the moment. We haven't needed to have one, but that's just a reminder. We can't forget. When the time's right, we will have one of those. But Rose hasn't been here. That's what I was really reminded of just now when I'm thinking about how today's gone so far, and it's only 5 minutes into, well, 5 minutes past midnight and into Tuesday, as it is now. But my plans, Brenda, I'm going to be travelling later today, Tuesday, in about 8 hours' time. And I might even be on here live as I travel, as I often am, out and about. If I see something that's I think going to be of interest to you, a sight or a sound along the way, I'll hit go live, broadcast, and we'll have a very quick chat while I'm out and about. That's right, says Brenda. Or is it left? Right, have you been able to see the chat? I've got a feeling that on your small digital devices, the chat could still be a little bit bigger, the font. Do tell me while I'm here now, and if we can certainly look into it. Not promising anything, people, we understand, but I've just got a feeling that I'm looking at it now here on Periscope, and while it's great being there, you can't enlarge it. You can't zoom into it, and it's not so apparent here on this device as I'm looking at it there. I hope you have a great travel day. Oh, thank you, Brenda. No, I absolutely will. It's going to be a very, very good day. So I'm travelling, and then once I get back to base, loads of computer work to do towards all this new technology and live streaming live events that I've been speaking to you all about at the beginning of this broadcast. And yeah, if you're into that sort of technology, by the way, people, do follow, and then I'll be giving you the correct details for the, when I say more professional broadcasts, the ones that just focus on what we're good at here, which is live video production and anything IT and computers. That will be care of our very good friend here, Adam Roberts at On Call Media. If you want to know more about them, you're going to head over to oncallmedia.co.uk. That's their website, or you can check them out on social media, certainly on Periscope at On Call Media. And Adam, if you need anything doing, he is your man when it comes to fixing computers, whether it's the software, and he can remote into your computer wherever you are across the planet as well, and diagnose problems for you. Yes, you've got to be careful when people do that, but as I say, this is definitely a tried and trusted source here. Everyone here in our community will tell you that. Adam is very transparent about what he does, but more to the point, is very efficient and cost effective and affordable too. I'll leave it there because we're not sponsored by Encore Media in any way, shape or form yet, not officially anyway. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adam. Right, sure, bigger font would be good. I switched to my iPad. I was not able to see the chat box. Yes, but of course, Patty, where are you? You're on, I see, yes, I was going to say you're on Facebook, so you can see the chat anyway. But yes, the point is, while you can see the chat on Facebook, yeah, I get your point, and that's the whole point of this chat over here, is that if someone's commenting from a different platform, you need to be able to see this chat otherwise, and that, I mean, that's the whole point of it being there. It's there because if you're watching on a different platform to the platform that someone's on and commenting from, you wouldn't know what they're talking about or that they commented. And if I'm talking to them and having a conversation with them, then again, it's good to know who's where and where's who and all that stuff. Right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Adam, the IT King, he absolutely is. Yes. So keep watching for more about that. But as I say, thank you very much for your support as always. Don't forget, martinshine.live on any browser will get you to me somehow. I mean, if you type it in, it will certainly be pointing to one web page or another, or a broadcast platform. There will be web pages and website coming in the not too distant future. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you, everyone. Say goodbye to each other now in the chat. Type away quickly because this broadcast has pretty much come to a conclusion. I need to finish my tea. And I don't think I'm going to finish this because I've got to get to the horizontal position rather quickly. But look, I'm going to have one more mouthful of what was a very sugary, a very chocolatey dessert. So there we go. Brenda's got her hands up again. That's the LOL moment. LOL. Good night. I think it is a good night. Absolutely. I think it's a super duper night. Super duper good night. Absolutely. Thanks once again, everyone. So until next time, if I can find out where all the buttons are and bits are and things like that, I might be able to get it right again. Yes, I can. Good. So that's been me. You've been you, and you've been wonderful as ever. And we will be back here in approximately, if not before, I'll try and say hello to you guys and girls when I'm out and about, but if not before, I will be back in around about 24 hours. Until next time, whatever you're doing, have a productive next 23 hours moving forward with whatever it is, and we will catch up soon. So that is it from England. It's 11 minutes past midnight local time on the dot as I say this and as we're live. Night Brenda says, Patty, good morning. Same to you, Brenda. Absolutely. Thank you very much. You never said what you were eating. Yes, it was a chocolate dessert with a bit of faux cream on top, you know, that was it. I did, Patty. You were late. You did. No, that's how naughty. I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks very much indeed. And from England, it's goodbye for now.